Hello everybody and welcome to Singapore Orienteering Club video tutorial. My name is Jens Børsting and on this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do basic course setting in Condes. You've installed Condes on your computer and you come down and click on Start and you bring up Condes, you open it, and the first thing that pops up is a menu that says this is the wizard, how to set up a course. You click on Next. And here you name your event. We call it the Yamen demo, and we call next. It will ask if you want to call the file name the same. Typically that's what you would do, but you can set up any name you like. It'll ask you for what type of event you're trying to do. Today we're going to work with foot orienteering, but you could also do mountain bike, ski orienteering, trail orienteering, and so forth. You click on next, and here it gives you options for what kind of maps you're going to use for today. There's a range of different options you can use in Condes. It's quite advanced. But for today, we're just going to use the very simple one map, one scale, and one map file. So you click on that and you click on next. Now it asks you to select the map file. You click on select and it brings up your file explorer and you find and navigate to the map that you have. You typically get this map from your club or your map expert in the club. So you select the map you need to use. Today I'm going to use an OCAD map, but you can see down here by clicking this little drop-down menu that Condes can actually read a range of different maps, especially bitmaps, BMP, JPG, GIF, PNG, TIF, and so on. And it can also read the geo-referenced versions of these maps, so you can work with that in Condes. So you click on the map you want, and you click on Open. It'll select the map scale for you. You can here select what printout scale you want. It is not critical this time. We can look at that later when we get into printing, which will be another video tutorial I'll make. But for right now, we're just going to accept and click Next. It says you're now ready to set the course and you click Continue. It'll load the map into Condes and show up. You can scroll up and down or roll up and down on the map on your mouse. And if you want to zoom in, you hit Shift and you use the wheel on your mouse. And if you roll up, you see you zoom in. And if you roll back, you zoom back out. You have a zoom scale here. You can click and select the zoom you want. You can also come up here and use these navigational tools to zoom in and out, and you can use F7 and F8 to zoom in and out. You can experiment with that in your own time. For right now, we're going to try to zoom in on where we want to start our course setting. Now, the very first thing you're going to do is to set a start point. So you want to set your start triangle. You come up here in the right side in the menu and click the start symbol. You move to the start position on the map where you want to have your start and you click and you'll see a triangle pop up. There's a little menu that pops up with it and it'll ask for code. Depends on your language, it'll probably set a letter there. This is the English version, so it put an S for start. You can change it to any letter. You can also add numbers if you have more than one start. But for now, we're just going to use the code word S. You click OK, and you see that the S comes up next to the start triangle. Now, Condes will automatically shift to the next symbol you're going to use, which is the finish. It is a circle or double circle, and you can move to where you want your finish, and you can click, and it'll set in finish. Again, a small window pops up and asks you for what letter you want to use here, and again, you can add a number if you want. You click OK, and it asks for the course name. We will call this one for course 1. You can select what type of course you want. This could be anything from normal course to score to Rogaine, mountain bike, and so on. But right now, we're just going to use a standard normal course orienteering. So you don't have to do anything except for click OK. You're going to see that it's going to come up with a dashed line between the start and the finish. So this is right now the course you have is a course just running from start to finish. That's of course not what you desire. So you want to add some controls. You do that by coming up here in this menu and click on this little icon, insert a control into a course leg. You'll see when you come back on the map, there's going to be a red line between start, your cursor, and finish. So now you move around on the map and select the places where you want to put a control. You click and it comes up and says, okay, so this is the next control. What control number do you want? Condes will pre-select from what is set in as the predefined set of punch patterns or the codes. And typically, if you haven't done anything else, Condes will suggest control number 31. You can change that to any number you like. Otherwise, it's just going to use the standard 31 for the first control. You click OK. You move on to the next point. It'll come up again with another code. This is the next one, 32. You click OK. You move to the next place. It says 33. You click OK. 34. It's OK. And you move around your course. And once you're done, you hit Escape twice. And here's your course. Now you can see there's maybe a few things you would like to change right now. The first thing you want to look at is where is your control numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they in a good location or would you like to move them? If you would like to move where the number is located, you click the control. You see it turns blue. You see the number turns blue. You click on the number and you move it to a location where you would like to see it. So you move around to the different controls and move the control number into a location that you prefer. So it's maybe easier to read. The next thing you do is you come up on the control and you double click and up comes the clue sheet. Now you click in the square that you would like to put in your clue. Now you see in this little circle, or this control here is in a re-entrant. So you're going to click on the square here that determines what clue you want to put in. You find the right clue. Now the clues are a course by themselves. So you got to educate yourself on the clues, what clues to use, where and why. Or we will make a separate tutorial for what clues to use. So you navigate to the right clue and you click on the clue and it comes in on the clue sheet. You look at the circle to see if the circle is actually in the perfectly right position, or you want to move it ever so slightly. You can use these arrows here to move the circle into the right position. Once you're happy with the clue sheet and the circle location, you click on OK and you move to the next control. You double click, you see, well, this is not quite in the right location, so you move your circle until you're happy. You click on the square, you look at the different options you have to set in various clues, and eventually you come into, oops, here's a tower. You click on tower and you click OK. You move to the next control. You move the control circle to the right location. Click on this square here. Navigate to the control or the clue that you need. You click OK. You move to the next control. See, this is something to do with the water. So it could be a lake, or it could be a marsh. You have to select what works best for you. I'll call this one a lake. And then since this is more than just a leg, you want to come over and see, so what else do I need to add in here? Oh, I need to tell it's on the northwest side, or could be northwest edge. Depends on what you think is appropriate. You click that and you click OK. Here's another re-entrant, a little bit bigger. You move the control where you like it and click. So you set up all the right clues, make sure you have everything included there. You can always come back and change if you decide differently as you move forward. And you click OK. So now the course is set and the clues are correct on each control. You can see between the last control and the finish, you have a dashed line. A dashed line means that it is a marked route. Now, if you're doing a normal training course, maybe you have not marked the route from the last control to finish. And depending if you have or not, you have to click on the finish symbol. You double click and you can see right now the symbol in the clue sheet is that this is a marked route. It'll also on the clue sheet come up with the distance. But if it is not a marked route, you can come down on this little drop down menu, click drop down, and you choose finish point, no markings. You see it changes the clue sheet. You click OK, and you'll see on your map you have a straight line or non-dashed line. So you're now done with this course. You can zoom out on the map and you'll see that your clue sheet is located up here in the right-hand corner. Now that's maybe not a convenient location, so you want to take it and pull it down into your map and locate it so it is in an appropriate location. It looks a little big to me here, so what I like to do is right-click and click on Properties, click on Appearance, and you see here in the top box it says, what is the size? It says 7 millimeters. I'll change that to 5 millimeters and click OK, and you see your clue sheet square is a little bit smaller, and you can move it into your location. Now the map layout itself before you go to printing will be a separate video tutorial I'll come up with later. So now you set your first course. You would like to move on to the next course, but before you do that, I'm going to show you a slightly different technique you can use, because instead of moving around and clicking on the controls as we did here as you go forward, maybe you want to do it slightly different. Maybe you would like to research your map in detail before you get started and select some very nice control locations before you actually set your course. Depends on your course setting technique. So when you do that, you come up here and you click on New Control, or you hit Control N on your keyboard. And then you move around your map. You can zoom in and say, okay, I would like to use, let's say, this little re-entrant. And it gives again a control number. You click OK. I would like to use this null. You click OK. You move down here and you find this little depression here. You click OK. You find this bend in the creek. You click OK on the control number again. And you keep moving around on the map. Oops, I'll cancel that. That was not the intent. You come over here. You click on this little hole here. It's OK. And now you're good. So now to move on, again, you click Escape to get out of this. Now you want to set the next course. And you're now in Edit Controls on the left side of your window. You can see here all the black ones are the ones you have controls you have used on different courses, and the red ones are the ones you have not yet used on any courses. So now you want to set your second course. So you come up here and you click on this icon here, New Course, or you hit Control R on your keyboard. It comes up with this little menu again, as we saw before, and you call this, for instance, course number 2. It's still a normal course. You click OK, and you'll again see a line between start and finish. You use this little icon here, Insert Controls, and now you'll see that all the controls that you have already entered on the map are here. Now you click from, or you hit the control you would like to go to. Now you can move around and say, is this a good stretch? You can see where the line is. You can move down here. Is this a better stretch? And you'll see as you come close to a control, it'll snap until that control. And you can evaluate if these are good stretches, if this is a good way of setting the course, if you want to go in a different direction. And you move around to your different controls, and you can set your course this way. So this is another technique of actually setting your control where you have found good control location first, and then afterwards you set your course. Of course, you then again have to go through the same procedure of checking that all the controls have the right clues, and you set the clue sheet the right location on the map, and then there's a lot of finish that we'll come back to later. But this is the very basic way of setting courses in Condes. This is all I would show you on this video. So this is the very basic of setting up courses. I'll come back with further tutorials to show you how to do more things in Condes. So please subscribe and like, and come back and view the next video. Thank you very much for watching.